stupid?
Yeah, like it used to be a different app.
Because of the, yeah. I think there's a way to customize that. You're screwed. Don't worry, Song, it was just about his iPhone, right?
Yeah. Hi, Lux, how you doing?
Hi, Song.
I have 65 Pokemon questions for you.
Name one.
Well, I asked some people yesterday, but like I guess there's like a day and night cycle, and at night in ZA, like it has you like do stuff. I'm like, can you just skip that, and the following day you just like pick it up again? And it seems like, yeah, because I didn't want to like keep having to progress because I need to like level up.
He was chopping at the bit. Where's Doom?
And then also I've got like a bunch of those crystals that I've been breaking and stuff, but I only got like a Mega Absol now because I'm rank F.
What, Axel F? Alright. Well, hey everyone, this is RockMan and Ratmus. And today is the 7-year anniversary of the t-shirts that me and Ratmus are wearing that say RockMan Respect 5-year anniversary. Right?
Yep.
Hey Cobra, how's it going? But yeah, Ratmus asked earlier what was the first game that I ever streamed. Actually, let's take a look at that for a second. Not that it has anything to do with anything. Yeah, if you go on my YouTube, there's a stream called My First Stream Ever Part A and B. It's also in a playlist called Anniversary Streams, and well, here, I'll just play it without the sound. So I started with Mega Man 2. Actually, I had the title screen, and then I warped into Flashman stage and moved around, but then it didn't work. So then I started Contra, and then, like I said, I played up until the snow level, and then once I hit the snow level, that's when I was actually streaming Ratmus, and I was probably on the phone with you saying, hey, is this working or what, right?
Yes.
So then I finished Contra, and then I just did a bunch of other random games and shit. Yeah, we should totally play some Contra. Whoa, it's Ramimi, and her fucking name is wrong again. What did you do to your Twitch thing, Ramimi? Or is it, have you not been in a stream since I got my new computer last June? That's probably what it is.
How you doing, Ramini?
Whoa, 68 gift subs, and you got a 4-month badge, which is a red Mega Man. Hey, Zoda. Oh, shit, Zoda needs a fucking sub badge. Ratmus is gonna gift 69 subs, right? Ratmus, do you want to tell them what present you got me for my stream anniversary?
Shouldn't you tell them? Yeah, that's a good number.
Whoa. Now Zoda's got Metal Man because he's got 1 year and 13 months. Don't let your dreams be memes or something. There's Doom. Yes. But yeah, for some reason these people are porting games to the Dreamcast, and I'm sure Ratmus posted about it, but Ratmus bought GTA 3 ported to the Dreamcast, and it runs slightly better than The Simpsons Arcade, right?
Yes,
But
you could definitely tell it's running on the Dreamcast.
but no, don't worry, even though Ratmus bought that for me, that's not what we're streaming here today, so just calm the fuck down. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, for our 12-year anniversary stream, let's look at the Nintendo Entertainment System and some special games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. How many of you got it for Christmas 1988, right? You might be asking yourself, how many games on the Nintendo required the use of the Zapper light gun? And the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's for North American officially licensed Zapper games. And Ratmus and I now own every single one of them and more. So we got our CRT hooked up. And our top-loading NES, and it looks like shit because that's what it looks like. No, we're not playing illegal games. I'm saying we're playing the officially licensed ones.
Barker Bills.
How's the audio? Is that too loud?
Goddamn orange shit.
Mimi is smoking for some reason. Alright, so this is game number 1. It's Barker Bill's Trick Shooting for NES. It consists of 4 carnival-type game modes where you shoot so this is what, Balloon Saloon, right?
Yeah.
So you're basically shooting balloons while avoiding the dog. Balloons are worth 100 points.
They called me a bitch.
Okay. Alright, well I couldn't exactly hear myself, but remember when we streamed Toy Story Mania?
About Mickey Mania.
Alright, what's next? Flying saucers?
Saucer sounds right for Chaucer.
Barker Bill and his assistant Trixie,
The bitch.
who as I said is a sexually hot assistant, will toss plates around the screen. The players must shoot the plates while avoiding Bill, Trixie, and the parrot. What's the parrot's name, Ratmus?
Perry.
Plates are scored according to how close they are to the floor.
Why is this not?
Come on, Ratmus. Do better and don't... Are you standing 6 feet away from the TV like it has COVID? What do you say to Doom who asked that question?
It's the 80s. What's COVID?
No, he didn't say that. He just said, is Ratmus standing 6 feet away from the TV?
I'm in a chair. And
His answer is, fuck you, you know. You think you can do better? Come over here and shoot our CRT, alright? If Ratmus has to get right up next to the screen, he's gonna, alright?
Here, I'll be back a little bit more.
He moved further back.
There's the parrot.
How much did this game cost? Did anyone ask that?
Anyone?
No. According to the internet, it's going for $14.99. I don't remember how much we paid for it. Usually we paid less for these games than what they're going for now, so... Hey Ratmus, Ramimi needs you to get good. Again, Ramimi, you can come over here and try on this CRT and see if you can do better. Right? Look at that guy's mustache. I need water. I'm severely dehydrated. I don't know if it was those Buffalo Wild Wings we had for lunch or what.
Oh, they were spicy.
They were not spicy. Alright, so the next game is Window Panes. Assorted objects will fall down a screen full of windows, but some of the windows are closed, blocking the player's shots. He can only hit objects through open windows. Hits are scored according to the row the object is hit.
I did practice this one a little bit, and I did better than this. I think the problem is, like, you can't... Lining up the zapper, like, you gotta be very perfect on that.
Hey, it's only 5 degrees here now, above 0. When we went to pick up the Buffalo Wild Wings the 3 parking spaces right in front of the Buffalo Wild Wings were covered in ice because it looks like the toilet in the Buffalo Wild Wings like went crazy and overflowed and flooded the entire Buffalo Wild Wings and went out the front door and into the parking lot and spilled water all over the front 3 parking spaces, which all froze into ice, right, Ratmus?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yesterday it was like -7, today it's like +5, but there's not much of a difference. It's fucking hella cold. Ratmus had to drive here from his house, and then we had to go pick up Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta leave the house, even though Song told me, not to.
I have my arm extended and holding it straight.
Are you doing this again?
Do this and I'll do the last one.
Fun Follies, when we get to that, it says, this involves progressing through the previous 3 in turn, followed by 2 additional stages. Trixie's shot. Trixie walks around the screen and occasionally presents coins. The player shoots the coins while trying not to hit her or the parrot.
Or her tits.
After playing Trixie's shot, provided at least 1 diamond was earned, the player will go to a slot machine and pull the trigger. This is the only way to win extra chances.
For her, because she's a slut.
Bill's Thrills. Bill will throw objects like eggs and tomatoes high up. The players hit them before they reach Trixie, but must be careful of the parrot again. Scoring is higher due to the difficulty. The player will start each game with 10 chances, except during Fun Follies they can gain a life by shooting a diamond. The player loses 1 chance for failing to hit a target or hitting the wrong thing. The soundtrack was composed by Tim Follin. No, just kidding, it was Hirokazu Tanaka, who also worked on such games as Balloon Fight and Duck Hunt. Spoilers. Mimi doesn't know any of the commands. But yeah, so Ratmus and I have been planning this for a few months, and actually, a few years ago I had the idea, like, maybe we should buy more Zapper games. Maybe I should do a Zapper stream. And then I just sort of had that idea in the back of my head and never did anything about it. And then, like, a few months ago, I think in October or November, me and Ratmus got together and I was like, we should buy some games for each other for Christmas. And I was like, what are all the Zapper games? What do they do? Which ones are we missing? Where can we get them? And I think you went to a used game store when you were on the way back home from where?
Yeah.
Was it Tennessee or?
No, we went to like Ottawa just to see some stuff there.
Ottawa, Canada?
No. Did I pick the wrong one? Now I'm just freeballing it.
So like sometime around November, Ratmus and I together bought like 15 new NES games or something.
Shoot from the hip, everybody.
So yeah, like I said, we now own every game for the NES that required the Zapper of officially licensed games.
Maybe that was it.
You tried the Fun Follies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it starts out as doing the previous modes.
Okay, so... Yes.
You don't get to new modes until you do these several times. Turn the Zapper sideways? You mean like how gangsters always shoot the guns in movies and people say that's stupid and doesn't do anything?
Alright, I'll do that. Look at me, I'm gangster.
Look at Ratmus, everybody. Look at him. You can see him with Cam, right?
I'm so fucking gangster, yo!
See, nobody else here except Ratmus knows about that TV show Deadly Games and how I watch that one episode every New Year's Eve, right?
Yes.
Well, there's the part where like Barkley goes into the convenience store to get the stuff, and there's like a guy robbing the store, and he's like literally, he's like, "Give me the money, old man!" He like shoots Barkley with like his gun like this, like he looks like a Wayans brother.
He's like, "Isn't it an amazing power of positive thought?"
Just like how, you know, when Ratmus tells you he's streaming Twilight Princess with his left hand, you can tell, right, Doom, just to the way he's talking, right?
Here, I'm pointing it right up to the screen right now, just to...
Yeah, I tried that in Duck Hunt sometimes, and it didn't even work all the time. So many effing balloons, so many effing points.
Gangster, you fucking dog.
You're gangster like OG Loke? I thought Doom always had shame and pride in himself. Speaking of which, Doom, so Ratmus and I were up in the office where we keep some of our old video game strategy guides, and that's where we found the one from Diablo 2 that was written by that guy, right? But we also have a strategy guide for Sonic and Knuckles. It looks really cool, and when Cobra was over here, we should have shown him that guide. And on the inside of the front cover and the back cover, there's a whole list of Game Genie codes, and one of them in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, there's a Game Genie code for no drowning. And we were like, Doom would be like, "I would never cheat and use Game Genie. Oh shit, no drowning code, hell yeah!"
You said this unlocks something after you do all the modes?
Yeah, it should have a different mode eventually. This mode is difficult. So yeah, like I said, we have a top-loading NES, which has been modded for composite out because it didn't originally have composite out. So then I have a literal composite cable splitter that is splitting the composite cables so that one of them is going out to the CRT television. That's,
look at this.
That's me smacking the CRT television. Now I'm smacking that Hot Trixie or whatever. And then the other composite from the splitter is going into an HDMI upscaler, which is then being split.
Yeah, look at those tits. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, well, anyway, it's... You get the point. It's starting out as composite, going to a CRT, but then it's being upscaled to HDMI to go through the stream. And yes, I know it looks like shit.
Got some disco up in here.
You also notice the wonderful, weird, squished NES controllers that I used on the side. I made this wonderful picture. Ooh, the slot machine, Ratmus. Doom, are you good at this slot machine? Oh god, Doom, I'll have to test it out. Just kidding, I won't.
Damn.
Alright. I think you played all the game modes, so shall we move on to the next game? You guys are sick of this, right? Well, guess what? The next game alphabetically is a game that you guys probably played. But you probably played it as Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt, but this is an actual cartridge of just Duck Hunt. Wow, it was really delayed coming into OBS there.
About that PAL version that comes with Tetris or something too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had the Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. Try shooting a little lower than you think you need to. This is a game that is just Duck Hunt, and I think we bought it for $1.99, and now it's going for like $11. So all of these games have like gone up in price. So NES games are a good investment right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything I can look up about Duck Hunt that we don't already know.
The one I definitely remember as a kid playing.
Yeah, I mean, our original NES came with Super Mario Bros. / Duck Hunt and a gray zapper. Now, we do have a couple of gray zappers somewhere and a couple of orange zappers somewhere. The zapper that Ratmus is using right now is the orange zapper, which we probably bought later. Ratmus is pretty far back from the TV, so he's playing on hard mode.
Not doing the gangster though.
So yeah, as you guys know, 12 years ago today I streamed for the first time. Ratmus and I are both wearing our RockMan 5-year anniversary t-shirts. But at least once or twice during my streaming career, I did hook up to CRT and play games such as this Duck Hunt. But I didn't really do much other Zapper games besides Duck Hunt because, you know, for a long time Duck Hunt was really the only one that we owned. But now we have them all, so this might be your last chance to ever see these Zapper games. You know, what if something happens to this CRT TV and it breaks, right? I'm looking up the next game we're gonna play on Wikipedia, and I'm looking at the box art, and there's a guy on the front cover. He looks like that evil Reploid, not Reploid. What the fuck from Blade Runner? You know, Doom, the guy who says... Replicant, the guy who says, you know, tears in rain. He looks like that guy, even though, you know, this game has nothing to do with Blade Runner. It's just like that other game... What was it? Metal Gear has a picture of Kyle Reese on the top?
Yeah.
Is that it? Roy Batty. What a strange name. Also, this is my 12-year streaming anniversary, except Ratmus is playing all the games. Should I play a round of Duck Hunt? Also, Ratmus did ask what was the first game that we streamed as RockMan and Ratmus, and I need to double-check that.
Alright, should I switch to...
Well, let me have a round of Duck Hunt before we switch.
Well, I meant, like, switch to...
What?
You know, like a different mode or something.
Alright, let me do a round of Duck Hunt here. It's gonna be one. It's just one duck.
Oof, oof, oof.
Alright, I'm not close to the TV, but I'm not...
Yeah, like...
Yeah, this is really hard.
Like, once you kind of get the line up a little bit, that's why I was, like, holding it straight and just, like... You know, like... Having it kind of going straight, because, you know, like...
I mean, I could
I tried that at first, and yeah, it wasn't quite right.
I could be like Bangalore and aim down the sights. That is helping. But yeah, like Ratmus said, not always, because I was aiming down the sights right there and completely missed. When I was practicing, normally it was going like this, but then one time I did have a game where I was like, I really want to concentrate and get a perfect, and I did, so I was... Like, I was never that great at Duck Hunt, but I mean, I felt like I could usually get perfects on like the first few levels most of the time back in the day. But, like, I don't know if there's something with this TV. Maybe it's like so old that it's harder, or maybe we just suck. I don't know.
Sometimes just use it slowly and then you're done.
There goes that perfect. play shooting real quick. Would this ever be on a music quiz? This music right here? No. No. Ratmus, do you remember playing this at our home in Chicago before we moved here?
Definitely.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm fucked. I gotta cheat this.
So I'm laughing at you.
Alright, turn that off. Alright. Alright, so what is the next game, you ask? It's called Freedom Force. I think it's a rail shooter. Players assume the role of an anti-terrorist gunman who must kill terrorists without shooting any of the hostages. Different levels include an airport and a city street. The game has some blood, but it lacks gore. The screen scrolls from left to right with terrorists or hostages popping out of windows and doors. Unlike other shooters, the power-ups, energy, ammo, or weapons are obtained by shooting the lower right box when an item appears there. After every 2 stages, a bonus game can be played for bonus points. This bonus game is similar to Hangman, in which the player shoots letters to uncover a word. Any other information, or you got the idea and you're just going?
I'm just going for it. Hijack in progress.
Alright, now how much did this game cost? This game is a little bit more expensive. It's going for online about $18.81 right now. I don't know how much we paid for it. Okay, let me turn down the volume a little bit because this music seems really annoying. Doom says, look at these graphics. Look at that.
Yes.
Obviously, the game does look better on the CRT than it looks in OBS. I see, yes. How does it, how do you like it as a game, Ratmus?
I mean, it's interesting, but like...
Dude says you're killing hostages. What are you doing?
All those people, they're turning in... Yeah, my health is shit now.
They were turning into terrorists. Is this game about Harrison Ford on a plane? No, it's about that guy from Blade Runner on a plane, apparently, right?
Yes.
Why does it say health and error? Error from Zelda 2?
Yes.
Oh, that's like if you make a mistake and shoot a hostage, then it will count as an error, right? I assume. What do you think of this music? This ain't gonna be on anyone's music quiz, right? Oh shit.
Shoot the hostage.
I was like, the music just got weird and dark. Because you got a game over, I guess.
I thought I was error this whole time.
See, this guy, Rad Rex, I think he's the guy who on the box art looks a lot more like that Roy Batty person.
Ladies love a baddie.
He says this game was from Sunsoft, and the box says it's the ultimate Zapper gun game. What do you think of that, Ratmus?
Yes.
I don't agree. Who made the music for this game? Naoki Kodaka. He is currently a professor of music at several universities.
How do you work at several universities at the same time? Gotta go.
What else did he do music for? Apparently Spy Hunter, Blaster Master, Fester's Quest, Batman, Journey to Silius, Gremlins 2 The New Batch, Super Spy Hunter. Okay. Mimi's looking at all those great commands that she missed.
Get Talon. I mean, it's not bad, but like it feels kind of clunky with how it is because you know it's a musket.
Manic Johnson? Not to be confused with Magic Johnson? Oh god.
I've got a Manic Johnson over here, everybody.
Okay, hold on. I was looking for a document and I opened the wrong one. Let's see. Okay, because when Ratmus and I were talking earlier, and I was like, the first game I ever streamed was Contra. Ratmus was like, was that the first game we ever streamed was Contra? And I was like, I know we did stream that early, but no, the first game that RockMan and Ratmus ever streamed, and the first ever RockMan and Ratmus stream on February 18th, 2014, was Toe Jam and Earl. And then we did 3DO games and Sega CD games, and then Contra.
Alright, let's switch to the next one.
Whoa, what's the next one?
It's an instant classic.
Okay, yeah. This is not one that we bought recently. We actually owned this earlier.
Gotcha.
It's Gotcha, the sport. Oh god, it's by LJN.
Let's do intermediate.
I had to clean this game so much just to get it to work. It is a licensed adaptation of the 1985 film Gotcha, adapting the paintball tournament from the film's opening sequence. What?
So it's a movie tie-in?
Gotcha is a spy action comedy film starring Anthony Edwards and Linda Fiorento. The lead character is a shy UCLA student and the reigning champion at Gotcha, a campus-wide paintball game. While on vacation in Paris, he is seduced by an older woman, which has nothing to do with this game because it's all about paintball.
Come on, maybe I get seduced by an older woman in the next level. We don't know.
Have I ever played a Gotcha game? What exactly is a Gotcha game? Use as many funny commands as you want, Ramimi.
You do.
Okay, so... It says you can use both the zapper and the D-pad to aim and navigate scrolling levels simultaneously.
It's supposed to be moving?
Yeah, you might need to move with the D-pad.
Okay.
So you're basically playing paintball. Yeah, you need to use the zapper and with the D-pad.
Because, yeah, I was just, like, sitting there, like, waiting.
The game features 3 levels: woods, warehouse, and snowfields. Is there anything else interesting about this game? The soundtrack was composed by Hirohiko Takayama. Doom needs to know who every composer was on all these games until we find Tim Follin, right? A game where you can get random character / upgrades, some for free, but a lot of people pay extra.
So shooting the flags?
Possibly, I'm not sure. Is that anything like Apex Legends? The object is to traverse a scrolling level, capture the enemy flag from the right side of the stage, and return it to the player's base on the left. To complete a stage, the player must avoid running out of ammunition or time. Yeah, sorry, I need to explain this game more, and I was talking.
So they're taking a flag, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, with Apex Legends, it's like skins for characters, skins for guns, you know, other stupid things like holo sprays, which are just little pictures of, you know, dances, poses, not dances, but like emotes, little trinkets and doodads and stickers and blah blah doo-doo. And so they're supposed to be mainly cosmetic. They're supposed to not be like pay to win or anything like that. Yeah. Generally, that stuff in Apex is not supposed to affect the gameplay. In some cases, it might, but only in a minor sense. So yeah, have I played a gotcha game? No, I don't think so.
Okay, so...
You did it, Ratmus. Are you proud?
Yes.
Yeah, this game was made by LGN, so it might be terrible. The box art is pretty cool, but you know, what does that matter? You captured the flag, I guess. Whoa.
I follow jams, I guess.
Now it's a new So yeah, we got this game a while ago. We paid $2.99 for it. But since this game, I guess, is not that great because it's only selling for like $5.76 according to my research. So, very, very cheap. In fact, it might be the cheapest Zapper game on this list, yeah. At least as far as I can tell. Or Mimi wants me to get into Pokemon cards. What do you think of that?
Oh, crap.
Don't worry, the next game will be way more interesting. Doom, do you remember if you played any of these games in your life or just Duck Hunt? When was the game y'all started streaming with Doom? You mean like when was the first Rock Doom stream? Like with Doom on Skype or whatever?
Okay, let's...
I think I have that information here. Let's see. First Rock Doom stream was he joined me on Skype for Ocarina of Time Part 2. So yeah, in May, actually no, it was March of 2014. March 3rd, my birthday, was the first time Doom came onto Skype. Was on my birthday when I was doing Ocarina of Time Part 2. All right, so this next game is called Gumshoe, and okay, yeah, this game is different and interesting. Why? Mr. Stevenson is an ex-FBI agent turned detective. He receives a ransom note from a mafia boss, King Dom, who has kidnapped Stevenson's daughter, Jennifer. Stevenson must collect 5 Black Panther diamonds within 24 hours to see his daughter again. Okay, that's the story, but what's the gameplay? Mr. Stevenson walks automatically to the right in a world of deadly pits, traps, and enemies. The player makes him jump by shooting him with the zapper and shoots enemies as they appear on screen. Shooting anything else subtracts 1 bullet, and grabbing red balloons adds bullets. So, again, Ratmus is not controlling the character. He's going to the right no matter what. If he touches those skulls, I think you die. If you get hit by that, you die. So you need to shoot him to make him jump, which is easier said than done. Was that before or after? I'm guessing that was probably before. But I don't know, Doom. Do you have, spreadsheets of all your streams, going back to 2014 and the dates and everything you did? This is obviously a very unique and unusual way to do a Zapper game, but it's because it's not very accurate. I'm sure that hurts the enjoyability of the game, right, Ratmus?
Yes.
This game we just bought recently. I think I got it off eBay, and yeah, it was the first one where like I hooked up the CRT and I was like, I'm gonna test this and the Zapper and everything. So I was playing this by myself when Ratmus wasn't here, and I even showed him a video recording. I was like, this is very strange.
It's an interesting idea, but yeah, like being able to react this quickly.
The release date changed several times. It was first scheduled for June 1986 and was later changed to August 1986. Wow, thanks Wikipedia.
It also seems like, shooting the balloons isn't what you need to do. You need to have him jump and get them.
Interesting. Okay, so in a 2015 article, somebody ranked Gumshoe as the worst of the NES black box releases, criticizing its game mechanics and its instant kill pits, in quotation marks, while calling it one of those lousy Zapper games where you have to protect a dumbass character who trudges forward constantly, oblivious to the dangers around them. There were other games like this? Okay, I think there were some unlicensed games like this, but I think of the licensed games, I think this is the only one like this. Maybe, yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, like, you need a life bar.
That would make it better, yeah. Doom says it is one of the ideas of all time. Somebody else called it the weirdest and most fascinating game on the list, but also the most difficult of the Zapper games, yes.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea, but the execution, it's like, it would have been better if you had a life bar
This says that it was, you know, ahead of its time because of the endless runner genre that has found popularity on iOS in recent years.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, what about the price of this game?
Is wrong, bitch.
It's going for $15.99. How much did I pay for it? I'm not sure. Or maybe Ratmus bought this. I don't know. But probably didn't pay $15.99 for it. Do you guys remember what happened September 2nd, 2014, when RockMan and Ratmus streamed CDI games?
Do I?
That was the Kids on Site Destruction video premiere. December 4th, 2014 was the first ever RockMan and Ratmus 12-hour stream.
There's just so much bullshit flying and one-hit kills.
December 11th, 2014, we streamed Mario Party 6, and that was the Yumbo Destruction video premiere. All right, Ratmus is done with that game, apparently, so what's next?
What comes after G, everybody?
Oh, God, blow on it.
Says it's from Mojo's. Showing up.
We bought this at Mojo's for $9.99. It's Hogan's Alley. Well, that's what Doom was expecting. Okay, so I think you wait for the targets to appear and then only shoot the bad guys, obviously. So yeah, which ones are the bad guys? Spoilers, you might think the police officers are the bad guys, but they're not, question mark? I think that's the hardest part, is figuring out which... Hard to tell the good guys from the bad, you might say.
Hit that bitch. She was pulling a gun, come on.
Okay, so this came out for the Famicom in '84. It was one of the first video games to use a light gun. The game presents players with cardboard cutouts of gangsters and innocent civilians. The player must shoot only the gangsters. It was a major hit. The game is named after and based on Hogan's Alley, a shooting range for law enforcement training, somewhat similar in design to this. Blah, blah, blah. After 5 rounds apiece in the wall and city block, a bonus round is played. Here the player has a limited supply of ammo with which to shoot 10 tin cans, trying to bounce them for bonus points. Shooting an innocent person or failing to shoot a gangster costs the player 1 life. The game ends when all lives are lost. Now, does it give you 10 lives or something?
I got 11 misses.
Huh.
Try B.
Hogan's Alley was released for the NES as one of the original 17 launch titles. There are 3 modes. A is the blank wall, B is the town, and trick shot, shooting soda cans to bounce them onto ledges. Okay, so in this version you select the different modes. The game ends once the counter reaches 10 or higher. Well, this is kind of... So, on the Wii U, they released a port of Duck Hunt that actually used the Wii remote, which I bought and own. But apparently they also had a version of Hogan's Alley. Now I kind of wish I had bought that, but I mean, we have it on NES, so...
I'm playing it right now.
I mean, generally this is looked on as a good game. What do you think, Ratmus?
It's not bad.
So yeah, like I said, there's a certain number of games that require you to use the light gun. Then there were some unlicensed light gun games. But then there were also some games where the light gun was optional. Like, for example, The Adventures of Bayou Billy. But, like, in that one, you have to get through the first level, which sucks. And then, like, in the second or third level, there's, like, a shooting level. There's also one called Track and Field 2. and like that has a mode where you shoot things, but again, I looked it up and it was like really hard to actually get to that mode. Like you have to actually play the game for a while. It was stupid. Interesting. Kablooey. Luna's birthday was yesterday.
Saved it. Version's not too bad.
Which anniversary stream of mine was your nephew born during, Doom? That's another good question. Is what was your favorite RockMan anniversary stream, right?
The gun store.
Mission complete. You went to the gun store?
Fucking pervert.
Let's see. There was my first stream ever where I did NES games. My 1 year streaming anniversary. It looks like I did Portal 2, Uno, and then a bunch of random games, maybe Sonic CD or something. On my 2 year anniversary, I think I also just did a bunch of random games. Let me see here. Mega Man 10, Mario Kart 8, Contra, Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Mega Man 2, Excitebike, Rampage, a bunch of stuff like that. Our 3 year stream anniversary was also a RockMan and Ratmus stream, but it was a 12-hour RockMan and Ratmus stream. Spoilers, today's only a 3-hour RockMan and Ratmus stream.
Come on, that sad sexy pervert.
Back then, so that would have been, let's see, like 2017, I guess. Ratmus, you streamed A Link to the Past 100%, and then we did some Mario Party 2 and some Sonic 4 and other games, it looks like. For my 4th year, I just decided to start Twilight Princess and Late Night Uno, I guess.
Good.
5 year streaming anniversary, you were also here. We did 3DO games, and then you left, and I did SNES Family Feud and Late Night Uno. For 6 year, we just did a Jackbox Party Pack. My 7 year streaming anniversary was Ocarina of Time. 8 year streaming anniversary, I did some A Link to the Past randomizer seeds. 9 year anniversary was Custom Wheel of Fortune Lighthouse Edition.
What lays the lighthouse?
10 year streaming anniversary, looks like I did Portal 2 and the Best of RockMan highlights and Uno. Yeah, and last year, my 11 year, was another Jackbox Party Pack party stream. So obviously today, the 12 year, we're doing NES games, focusing on the Zapper. What will be my 13-year anniversary stream? Yeah, the 5 and 10 year we did those highlights, so we look forward to the 15-year anniversary stream for more highlights, right?
Mm-hmm. Do this one more time.
Spoilers, we'll all be dead by then. But yeah, in case you didn't know, so Ratmus and I got Buffalo Wild Wings. We did boneless wings, and we chose 4 different flavors. The 4 flavors that we like. Actually, we got the same ones last year. So it was Parmesan Garlic, Teriyaki, Asian Zing, and Nashville Hot. And like Ratmus said, they were delicious, but not spicy at all. Also, Dad got some tater tots, which were really good.
Yeah.
Actually, those... in terms of fast food places that have tater tots, I think Culver's does.
Yeah.
And Sonic does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think these were the best fast food tater tots I've ever had, to be honest. They also have fried pickles, which Mom got.
Were they fuzzy?
No. Eating fuzzy pickles is disgusting, okay?
What people keep saying it.
You didn't say you should eat them. You said you should save fuzzy pickles.
Keep shooting that sad sack. Schofield units. Saw that guy, I'm like, shit.
Stop shooting the sad sack, says Doom.
Never! Just look at him and I just instinctively fire. Right?
Alright, so like I said, all of these games require the Zapper, except for this one. This next one, the Zapper is optional, and actually we've streamed this game before. We got it at Mojo's for $5.99, but back then we just used the controller, so now Ratmus is going to use the Zapper. Well, this seems louder. So yeah, this is the famous arcade game Operation Wolf, and the NES port allows you to use the Zapper optionally, so...
Let them call for help.
I'm pretty sure this was in the Indiana Beach arcade. I don't remember playing it, though. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a rail shooter. Oh, God. This is another one where I had to clean it a bunch of times to get it to work. I don't think you put it down all the way. Oh, God. To clean this right now.
Probably.
Hurry up before it doesn't work again. Operation initiated. Rescue the prisoners. Fucking load the game. Good luck. That Zapper is really loud right this.
Just gotta keep killing them. Like, normally it's like one little light blip thing. This is like a whole fucking line.
So I looked up the NES manual because the Wikipedia was mainly talking about the arcade. The NES manual has a literal comic strip of a war. Let's see. A fires machine. Okay, well that's. We want to know about. Okay, the light gun. Let's see. Trigger fires machine gun. Trigger plus B button launches grenade. Okay. Start button.
So there's
Operation Wolf has 4 levels. Each level consists of 6 missions, which are displayed on the operation screen. You must accomplish the mission objective and reduce all enemy forces to 0 to advance to the next mission. Each level becomes harder. When you are hit by an enemy, your level of injury increases. And then you die, whatever. You can reduce your injury level by getting power drinks. Increase your weapon supply by collecting extra grenades and bullet magazines. You'll need everything you can get. Civilians and prisoners. Child, nurses, and prisoner. There are children in this game. Do not fire at the civilians. Your injury level increases if they are hit. You can literally kill children in this game. I mean, injured them. You're definitely not getting killed. You're just injured, right?
nurses. I thought they were helping the enemy.
In the prison camp and airport missions, a prisoner is rescued when he crosses the screen from the right side to the left side. The number of prisoners rescued at the prison camp will appear at the airport. Enemy point values, okay. Blah, blah, blah. Hit these targets to provide extra weapons and medical supplies. Vulture, pig, magazine, dynamite, power drink, free rapid fire. A chicken gives you extra grenades. You tell me, Doom, you played it in the arcade. The President's screen. After completing the airport mission, the President gives a speech. The type of speech he gives depends on how many prisoners are rescued. If you rescue 0 prisoners, the President will be angry and only give you 60,000 bonus points.
Only games have that. Oh no, the President's angry. Fuck you, Nixon.
If you rescue 1 prisoner, he will be unhappy. If you rescue 2 or 3, he will be happy. And if you rescue 4 or 5, he will be very happy.
This is the generic titled game, right?
Apparently Ratmus is just fucking done before I was even done reading the manual, okay?
I was done. The shooting range.
Yeah. This is the generically titled shooting range, as Ratmus said. This video game involves minigames resembling the Old West, except for a moon level. The objective is simple: shoot the red and white targets on the characters' heads and watch your energy level. And watch your mouth. It also includes a carnival-style game where you shoot glass bottles in a saloon. This uses the NES Zapper. It's made by Bandai. Came out in June of 1989.
Like some people we know in chat. I mean, what?
Now, this is a pretty cheap game. I think I paid $9.94 for it, and it's going for basically $9, so... Is there not much to say about this game?
Shooting, Native Americans.
Whoa, whoa, don't shoot the Native Americans, Ratmus.
Minus energy and shit.
Let me do this game, Ratmus. Step aside. Start the first level or whatever. Party game. Am I just missing everything?
That's how I felt.
Hey, dude, what makes these guys red?
Shoot at him. cowboys too? Shoot everybody.
Sue everybody. I'm gonna cheat. Nobody's coming. It's much better when you cheat. Makes it too easy. I'm moving back really far now. I'm using the sights.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, yeah. Just provide hours of fun on your NES back in the 80s.
Totally.
Cactus just won't go away. Oh God.
It's a awful game, right?
Just fucking done with that now too?
Try another mode.
Imagine playing with 4 players. Oh, Ratmus is going to level 2 now.
I thought there might be different stuff, but
Is it just harder?
might just be harder.
That's stupid. It would have been nice to have a different stage. Welcome back, Cobra.
How you doing, Cobra? Just in the desert. Eating dessert.
Nowadays, this Arizona desert has a Portillo's in it.
Dude doesn't want to drive there. 'Cause otherwise, Nissan Leaf to die out of battery in the middle of fucking desert.
Do the Navajo who live in Arizona love Portillo's?
Good question.
Because they should. Like a week or so ago, I watched the season 2 finale of the X-Files, and it was all about the Navajo code talkers, and I still haven't gotten around to watching the season 3 premiere yet. I really should.
Still can't wait for, I think it was a season 4 episode where the skin man bangs that prostitute they didn't know was a whore. And,
Waiting for the episode where he's in a bubble bath, okay?
should be every episode.
But yeah, I want to know if that Native American guy from that episode, if that actor really was Navajo, you know, if he
Did you
loves,
take a bubble bath.
if he's still alive, and does he love Portillo's?
All right.
What's
cash and culture?
What's the next game, Ratmus? Don't know how much we paid for it, right? But it's
Shoot your zapper to the earth.
oh. This says it was $4.99. Yeah, this game is called To the Earth. It's not worth that much. It's a light gun shooter.
Mission to Uranus. That's a great command. Someone should put in chat.
We're having a root and toot and should good time or something.
We'll even get to Uranus.
The object of the game is to destroy incoming enemy spacecraft, bombs, missiles, and asteroids without destroying friendly vessels.
They're all like zipping at you like holy shit.
Yeah, I think this one is very... Due to the very quick enemy ships and asteroids, the game is considered to be one of the most challenging NES Zapper games. The shield of the player's spacecraft constantly goes down with each missed shot at an enemy. Players can use a powerful bomb to destroy everything on screen, shoot a comet power-up that grants temporary protection, or shield repairing item to dropped off by friendly spacecraft. Game bosses are fought at the end of each level, but spoilers, Ratmus ain't gonna make it, I'm sure. As the player moves through the solar system, you start at Uranus. When you get to Earth, the player must battle and destroy the final boss, who is an alien named Nemesis. Whoa. The goal is to retrieve vials of medicine and deliver them to the Earth while preventing Nemesis from passing through the planet's atmosphere. The levels are Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Earth. There's only 4 levels.
But they're hard as fuck.
What happened to Mars? At the conclusion, the player receives a congratulation message from who? You think the president?
Nixon?
No. from Nestor, who is the president of the Terrestrial Federation, but it's Nestor, as in Howard and Nestor. He's the president of Earth in this timeline. This seems way too fast for the Zapper to handle, yes.
Here, like, I'm gonna cheat and just try to do this with right against the fucking TV.
The game only received a few mixed reviews. The German publication Powerplay gave the game a 36 out of 100 in 1990. Brett Allen Weiss from All Game said that the game requires full concentration and good shooting skills, but called it entertaining. Cobra says it started snowing and they're projecting 12 to 15 inches. Yeah, I looked at a map about, where everywhere is supposed to get snow, and like where we live is just on the outside edge of like the major snowstorm. Like we're gonna get like probably not very much. It's supposedly gonna start snowing tomorrow at 8 a.m. I don't know how much we're supposed to get, but I don't think very much. So you guys are screwed if you're more east.
If you're more east.
Obviously, Cobra is going to get a lot. Song might get some. I don't think Doom and Ramimi are going to be getting much snow, though. Alright, I'm gonna BRB. Ratmus, keep playing this dumb game. Don't switch to the next one until I get back so I can deal with it.
Like, I have the condition yellow. Oh, shit. I have the gun right up to the screen so I can shoot as quickly as I can. And like it's still very like stressful. Like, yeah, my girlfriend's parents live in Tennessee, and they're like, "Oh shit, are we gonna get horrible snow?" And you could go skiing, right, dude? Like how I'm shooting primarily with my left hand, so my elbow is sore as shit, probably just from like, essentially tennis elbow from work and stuff. Yeah, work on Friday, they got us pizza for lunch and let us go an hour early, but like, they always communicate like shit, where I didn't know until like 1:25, and then it was from one of my coworkers, so like I had to ask, and they're like, oh yeah, everyone can go home in 5 minutes, so quickly rush to put things away and shit. Like, they should just let us stay frickin' home. It's way too cold where they don't want people working outside anyway. What caused me to lose all that fucking health? %. Whew. Good, you're back so I can switch this piece of shit, right?
Not yet, I teasing him first.
And Doom went to go heat up lunch, so...
We can't do it until Doom comes back.
I'll do this right-handed, just shooting from the hip. This needs to be slowed way the fuck down.
Yeah, I think where Song is more in the ice area. Like, she's gonna get a lot of ice.
Let's kick some ice.
But yeah, it's just really, really, really freaking cold here, but no snow.
Yeah, it's like weird, but I mean, it makes sense. Like, Buddy didn't understand. She was talking about, like, she didn't know that if it got too cold, it can't snow. But, like, she doesn't get that kind of weather, so.
Who said that?
Bunny. You know, she lives in Southern California or whatever.
If it gets too cold, it can't snow?
Yeah, like, there's just not enough moisture because the temperature is down too low. So, like, when it's -5, it can't snow.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, shit. Yeah, it's like there's a certain range of temperature, and if it's too, you know, too warm, it's rain. If it's too cold, like, it just doesn't happen, man. Never get to Uranus. I have to say, like, out of all the ones we've played, this is probably the worst. Like, some of the other
Gumshoe.
That's stupid, but like this is just very like overly hard for no reason. Like that one is like fundamentally flawed because yeah, like I can understand pits killing you instantly, but you need a health bar, a generous health bar, and it doesn't have that, so it was designed terribly. But like this is also like a designed terribly.
How would you rank Barker Bill? Was that pretty good?
Yeah, that was fair. I mean, it's hard, but it's in some ways supposed to be.
Duck Hunt, and I think Hogan's Alley you said was pretty good.
Yeah.
What about like Gotcha? You were able to capture the flag.
That for an LJN game was surprisingly not a broken piece of shit. Okay, Doom is back.
All right, so here's why I've been telling you guys the prices. So the next game, spoilers, it's Wild Gunman. Yes, the game that Marty McFly loves. But Wild Gunman is very expensive. It says $44.12. I think when I was looking, it was like $45 or more. And I was like, Ratmus, I want Wild Gunman, but I don't want to pay $45 for Wild Gunman. So then what I realized is a lot of times Famicom games are cheaper than NES games. So I bought Wild Gunman for Famicom, and I bought a Famicom to NES adapter, and the price of Wild Gunman for Famicom plus the price of the adapter was less than $40.
I got it working.
So,
is that Dad?
no, it's my health care.
Fuck him.
It's probably a robot saying I got an appointment.
That's a foul! Oh yeah, you're supposed to wait till they say draw. Shot him in the dick. Because I was shooting him in the, legs. Next shot at this.
Yes, so like I said, this is Wild Gunman for Famicom being played with an adapter to the top-loading NES, and it works totally fine, right, Ratmus?
What's funny too is like it's in English.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just, they were confirming my doctor appointment. So yeah, obviously this originally came out for Famicom in '84. It was based on the 1974 electromechanical arcade game by Gunpei Yokoi.
Nani?
It was released in '85 as a launch title for the NES. But of course, this isn't the NES version. This is the Famicom version, right? A lot of references in pop culture, including the Back to the Future that we mentioned. Interesting. This says in Back to the Future 2, we see Marty McFly play a non-existent arcade version of the NES Wild Gunman resembling a Nintendo Verse System cabinet.
Come on, in 2015, they totally just made a retro cabinet.
That could be. Maybe. It says they re-released this game on Wii U Virtual Console on October 21st, 2015. I did not know that.
Like this one's simple because they're bigger, they're not moving around quickly.
Okay.
That's fine.
The player waits for the opponent's eyes to flash, accompanied by a speech bubble reading fire before shooting. It features a shooting gallery where opponents are to be shot from the windows of a saloon. It plays the funeral march if you're defeated. This version was also published on the Play Choice 10 arcade system. On the Wii U Virtual Console, you can use the Wii Remote. So yeah, unfortunately I did not get this game or any other game other than Duck Hunt, which now I kind of regret doing that. Let's see here. Let's look up the NES manual, if I can. How to play. Game A. In this game, you draw against a single gunman. When the gunman's eyes flash and he says fire, he'll draw his gun and fire. The hit range is the entire TV screen. Okay, so yeah, this is one of those things where it doesn't matter where you aim. You just have to shoot at the TV in time before he shoots you, I guess.
Okay.
If you shoot before he says fire, foul will appear and you lose. As the game proceeds, faster shooting gunmen will appear. Game B is you draw against two gunmen. Sometimes only one gunman will say fire. Game C, point the gun toward the screen and wait. The gunmen appear one after the other from the windows of the building. Shoot them before they shoot you. Beat 10 gunmen to clear a wave. You have 15 bullets. And that's about it.
Simple.
So are you glad that we saved money by getting the Famicom version?
Totally.
I sure am. This game was designed by Miyamoto. Produced by Gunpei Yokoi. It says director Miyamoto, producers Miyamoto and Yokoi, plus some other guy, designers Miyamoto and some other guy. Composer was Hirokazu Tanaka. He's the one that made Tanaka's song, right?
Yes. Tanaka-san. This is like random bozos or... Yeah.
What, the enemies?
Yeah, like I thought maybe it'd be getting like the gunman's time would keep going down into making it harder and harder, but it's still like in the range and shit. What are you having for lunch, Jim?
Also, guess what? As you can tell, we've been going alphabetically, and this is the last game. The last Zapper game, I mean. So yeah, there was Barker Bill's Trick Shooting, Duck Hunt, Freedom Force, Gotcha, Gumshoe, Hogan's Alley, Shooting Range, To the Earth, and Wild Gunman. That is 9 total games. Those were the officially licensed NES games that required the Zapper. Plus we did Operation Wolf, so that was 10 so far. That's the last Zapper game of the day, but don't worry, we have some more games, right, Ratmus?
Yes. Because I want to try like the other mode. Should I just die or?
Just reset, right? Leftover chicken, noodles, and spinach. Oh God. I think Song's dad also hated green food. It's like, I don't like spinach, but I've not got nothing against green food. There's plenty of green vegetables that I love.
I like spinach, and like I know creamed spinach isn't good for you, but it's, you know, tasty.
What about creamed corn, you ninny? Ninny. There. You committed a foul.
It's like, guy's like, how dare you? Shoot before I was ready.
He looks like Mario from Odyssey, right?
Yes. Let's move to the next mode.
Ratmus wants to try mode that's difficult.
And then we'll do the gangbang, everybody. What? Howdy, partner. I'm gonna bust you on the ass.
Yes.
With the same where you just shoot it at the screen, doesn't matter.
It might be half the screen. I'm not sure for this. Yeah, that classic. The music and sound effects are right out of that Back to the Future Part 2, right?
Okay, yeah, like, because that I missed that one, so, and there's that wonderful song, so.
Yes. So,
Who's one of the good guys?
Ratmus, what's a better light gun game experience? This or Crime Patrol for 3DO?
Well, that one we don't have a gun for, right? Like, it'd be
Yeah.
nice to have one because it's hard, right?
I guess. Would it be any easier though?
Maybe. Okay, I missed that guy.
So yeah, when Ratmus went to this used game store, it was somewhere in the south of Illinois,
Yeah.
and so you bought. I think I don't know how many Zapper games you bought there, but you were just buying NES games that you thought were good, right?
Yeah.
And then when I was going on eBay and I was looking specifically for Zapper games, so when I found somebody who was selling a lot of NES games, a lot of times I would go through what games they were selling and I would look at other things, and if there was something where I'm like, oh, that's interesting and that's a good price, I just went ahead and bought it for our collection. So there's a few more games, non-Zapper games, that we're gonna check out here as well. Once Ratmus is done had his fun with Wild Gunman for Famicom.
Let's do the gang, and then we'll move on. Burp, 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 burp.
I also bought the game Track and Field 2, but it's really not. It's not worth it. It's really dumb and stupid. So forget that. Can't even get to the Zapper level. This looks fun.
I'd say this is probably the best game out of all the ones we played. Like, it's just straight up shooting, nothing crazy.
Are you saying that this mode is the best of Wild Gunman, or this mode is the best of everything?
Well, like, Wild Gunman's the best of everything, because I like all those games.
Is that why it was the most expensive?
Yes. It sucked the least. And that Gumshoe game, it should be free, because that's the worst one, like, game-wise. The OK Garage.
Should I have bought the NES version for $45? But don't worry, because it would go up in price and be a good investment. Oh God. Frodo can piss off.
And he has. He lives, I hear.
Do you like that thing in the middle? I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a buffalo.
Yes.
But is it Bill's Zard Buffalo? As Bunny knows about.
We'll make Zard.
Bunny's watching this stream, right? So we can't give Mega Man X3 spoilers, right?
Seahorse is toxic.
You guys should have bought this game on your Wii U back in 2015.
Yes.
When it goes dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, I think it's gonna go like that music from Super Solver's Treasure Mountain in the cave. Ratmus is killing it right now. This game mode is easy and fun. He's getting so many points. Ratmus is gonna get the high score right here. Ratmus has gotten the highest score on this mode of Wild Gunman ever seen on a RockMan stream in 12 years. Ratmus has scored higher in this game than I bet you guys in chat ever have. Doom, just go to an arcade in 1984 and go play it and get a higher score. Or hell, you could just go to Hill Valley in 2015. There's probably an arcade cabinet, you know, right there. As Ratmus said, that's a fucking emulated arcade cabinet version, right?
Yes. But you can get the hot chili special, right?
And a Pepsi Perfect. These days, Pepsi costs almost as much as it did back in 2015. Jesus fucking Christ. But at least now you can also get a Mr. Pibb just like you could back in 1984, right? Look at that, 255,000 points, and it hasn't rolled over. If this was Zelda 1, it would have. Ratmus is right, this is the most funnest Zapper game ever. I'm glad we saved it for last, right?
Yes. Yeah, you really need not perfect, like, aim, you know, it needs to have some leeway, which it seems like this does.
Yeah, I was like, what is the high score in this game? And yeah, apparently the high score record is 999,800, because I'm assuming the timer won't, or I'm assuming the points will not get any higher than that.
Top score, everybody. This was made in Japan.
Alright, so that's it for Zapper games. Turn that off, Ratmus. So the next game that Ratmus bought that I thought we would check out is called what? Like, I couldn't believe this title when Ratmus gave this to me. I was like, what? What is this? It's called Dash Galaxy in the Alien Asylum. It's by Data East. You guys should check out this box art, because it's fucking crazy. It says it's a platformer developed by Beam Software and published by Data East. The player takes the role of Dash Galaxy, a space scout who has been captured by a hostile civilization. The game, through a shifting perspective, contains action gameplay elements. You have 4 lives. Gameplay involves navigating through a series of floors with several rooms each. Keys must be collected to progress to higher floors and eventually escape. Dash's only weapons are a limited supply of bombs and remote detonators. Good timing is crucial to complete the game, requiring navigation of trampoline jumps and roaming enemies. Some of these jumps requires Dash to run. The player also has a limited oxygen supply. Dash can become invincible each stage by collecting 10 stars. While the rooms are slide-scrolling action puzzles, the floors have an overhead view and include difficult block-moving puzzles that can fatally trap a player or are hidden in bonus rooms throughout the game. Helium.com wrote that Dash Galaxy, quote, had potential but falls under its own weight in the end, while giving it a 41%.
Okay, so can jump, but like, it's just very strange.
Alright, here's a picture of the box art from Wikipedia.
Well, these are the fucking trampolines.
Doom says the jump mechanics look ... great.
Looks like a fucking DOS game.
Ramini says it's Earl and Toe Jam, question mark. The first room reminded Doom of Coffee going through the Khan's hideout.
Okay, this is a ladder. I'm like...
Okay, I don't know if there's any walkthroughs or help for this game or any kind of more information.
There's no redeeming qualities to this game, so yes, there's not. Jumped on an alien chicken, everybody.
Okay, who did the fucking music for this game? I want to know right now.
I want to know right now.
Because it fucking sucks. It doesn't even say. When it doesn't say who the composer was, you know the music sucks.
Like everything else in here sucks. Like,
You're Dash Galaxy, fearless space explorer. You've just landed 1,000 light years from home on an alien planet filled with strange creatures, deadly force fields, and dangerous pitfalls. Your mission...
in this room, I collected all the shit. Like, what more does it want?
Watch out for those slime-sucking aliens. Whoa, that's racist. They'll take your breath away. It's time to show these freaks what an Earthling can do. So much alien racism. They don't call you Dash for nothing. You can jump and run better than anyone in the universe, even Mega Man?
Especially Mega Man. I mean, what?
Do you have to go back and take a different route, says Doom. I don't know.
I need to go back and pick a different game.
Keys kind of look like an F. Bombs look like a bomb. Detonator looks like a detonator. Button A and arrow key at the same time. Moves blocks in the direction you want. To make Dash run left or right, hold down the appropriate arrow key. Use the up and down keys to move Dash up and down ladders. Button A to jump straight up. Press up on the control pad and press button A at the same time.
Like these fucking cameras, tarot cards, like what the...
That's crazy talk, Doom. Why wasn't there a Willy Wonka game for NES? It just seems, this is one of those games where it's like you need to press up and A to jump, but it's like there's too many things and not enough buttons. B, when you have time bombs in your inventory, press B to set one off.
Try, I don't have any. I also, like, I'm dressed up like I'm a minor leagues pitcher or something.
You don't look anything like you do on the box cover. In the box cover, you're wearing red and beige pants with like a flash-looking logo on your chest and goggles on your head and white gloves, and yet you're just wearing a blue tracksuit over here. What the hell? So that's like oxygen. That's a detonator. You're watching out for alien bats. AVGN loves it. So, Ratmus, are you happy that you bought this game based on the box art and it sucked?
Look at me jump, yeah!
But Doom, the manual said they don't call you Dash for nothing.
They literally don't call him that for nothing, alright?
They literally shouldn't call him that.
Call him minor league baseball player somehow in space.
Somehow.
Who's racist against alien bats?
So, according to the price tag, we bought this for $8 and it's going for $9. Well,
Why?
It's not worth any of that, is what you're saying?
I can't go back in the door with...
That sounds like a sick burn, Doom, if I don't know the Sacramento River Cats.
I feel bad for any kid that like rented this from Blockbuster and thought it was a good game.
I feel bad for you who bought it.
There's more shit this way. Maybe that's why I can't go back. Which I guess is the same as progressing.
Going back is the same as progressing? Is this a Metroidvania now?
I think it's just garbage. Let's go back to Wild Gunman. Okay, now the door's open.
You want to play GTA 3 for Dreamcast, man? Let's just say they lost most games I've been to. I mean, Ratmus could say that for the White Sox, right?
Yes.
Ba-doom boom. So some areas are top-down and some are side.
Yeah, like this is how it started,
and this is how it's going. Yeah, get those stars so you can become invincible.
you can jump better if someone gave him some fucking steroids or something.
Where's the steroid power-up? Well, shit, you're invincible now, right? Except it doesn't help in any way.
I just could walk through those fucking chickens.
Fucking that chicken.
Fucking that, fucking that.
I'm just gonna anticipate that Ratmus is gonna give up on this soon and start telling you guys about the next game, right? The next game I bought for $4.99 when I was buying those Zapper games on eBay. I saw this game and I was like, whoa, that box art looks cool. I'll just buy it based on the box art. Because that never did us wrong, right? And also because, you know, I bought this, Ratmus has never seen the game that he's about to play next.
Still don't have any bombs. I finally have a bomb.
You have a detonator, though.
I believe I also do.
What's the point of the bombs?
Guess they could. How do I detonate them then?
I don't know. The text on the bottom, very much so, and a little bit the way you're platforming around, reminds me of the game Back to the Future 2/3, the Back to the Future 2 parts. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was another game where I was like, this reminds me a lot of Back to the Future 2, where they made by the same company, and turns out, no, they weren't. So this probably wasn't made by that company either. I don't know why games just look like that. Or use the same font. I don't know what font that is at the bottom, but I'll tell you what, it's Back to the Future 2 font for sure.
What else is there then? Because just like that's just completing the floor. Okay, so you basically go through those stupid fucking levels. Yeah, this is garbage.
Oh, you're in a new area.
It's great. Watch this. Whoa! And it lost me a life and kicked me out.
Alright, so check out the box art of the next game that I bought based on the box art. It's called Heavy Shreddin. Look how fucking cool and 80s that looks.
This is heavy talk.
Probably a piece of shit.
Exclusive license for United States and Canada. This guy.
This was published by Parker Brothers, of all people. The composer was Mark Van Hecke.
Mark Van Helsing.
Mark Van Hecke. Was he a good composer? Probably not.
I'm surfing on snow, bitches. Whoa.
This came out in Europe under the name Snowboard Challenge because nobody in Europe knows what heavy shredding means, brah. There are 3 mountains that the player must overcome in order to complete the game. You overcome a mountain? As the player descends the mountain, which is, let's just call it Mount Mario, the terrain becomes more and more difficult to navigate. There are 3 degrees of difficulty in each of the mountains. The first is a novice, the second is intermediate, the third is expert. The player starts out with 4 lives. There are 5 different events and a total of 18 levels to play. In order to progress to the next event, the player must first successfully complete the event before it. If the player falls or runs out of time, a life is taken away. After completing a trail, the player is rewarded with a bonus life. If the player is able to complete all the trials and events, they will have completed the game. There are several ways that the player is able to score points. Some of the ways are avoiding objects such as trees and flags by sliding up or down the screen, performing tricks, jumping off ramps or elevated terrain. The player performs tricks by jumping and then pressing in any direction on the D-pad. The events are downhill, slalom, half-pipe, moguls, and backwoods. So I assume this is starting out with downhill, so...
That's a penalty.
So how many different snowboard games have you played, Ratmus?
Too many. I probably played like 720 or 1080 or what the fuck it is.
Is that a snowboard game or a skateboard game?
Probably 720 is a skateboarding game. I think like the 1020 might be the snowboarding for N64.
Okay,
yeah.
so I know we have 720 for NES. I don't think we have 1080 for... Yeah, that's for N64. I mean, I think it's on like NSO and stuff. It's on the cover Nintendo Power, yeah. Mia Holland produced that game. But this is not that. This is Heavy Shreddin. It just says it was designed by John Van Ryzen, composed by Mark Van Hecke, and the artists were Bill Wentworth and Jesse Capelli. It seems like it's not like the worst game in the world. Like it's probably better than Winter Sports or whatever, but I'm sure it's not that great, right?
Yeah.
But come on, it had a cool neon cover.
Cool, bruh.
I think the next game I also bought on eBay, possibly from the same guy, because I just saw it and thought it was cool, and I was like, let's add it to our collection. Oh, by the way, I think I paid $4.99 for this, and it's now listed for $7.74. The next game I bought for $7.99, and it's now listed for $9.99.
I actually barely made it. This is great. Shalom.
Good job, Ratmus. You're playing a game.
Yeah, look at you fucking loser on your damn skis. Yeah, bitch, oh shit. It's great because, like, we took a ski trip in high school, and, like, I was one of the few people who went that actually was, like, skiing. Most of them were snowboarders. It's crashing that outhouse. But it was fun. Like, so many of the things were black diamonds. I'm like, they weren't that hard, you know. Let's move on. Exactly, too.
Okay, well, the next game is called Infiltrator, and it has a very different cover than it had on, like, DOS. Because apparently this game was also out for, like,
Blood.
for Commodore 64, DOS, Apple II, and ZX Spectrum. It's Infiltrator by Chris Gray.
Let's begin the flying mission.
The player takes on the role of a master of all trades hero named Johnny Jimbo Baby McGibbets.
Jimbo, baby, we need your help at once, baby.
I am not making that sentence up. That is a real sentence on Wikipedia. Now, the best part is the player's objective is to fly an Airwolf-like helicopter named the Gizmo DHX-3, land at enemy bases, and infiltrate compounds to stop the Mad Leader. Ratmus, are you excited to play an Airwolf-like helicopter? I mean, we could just play Airwolf. I mean, I have that game. But this is even better because, you know, you're not Stringfellow Hawk. You're Johnny Jimbo Baby McGibbets. And you're flying the Gizmo DHX-3. How do you play? I don't know.
But look at the thumbs. Hey, I'm the Fonz. Hit start, maybe that.
Your first objective is to take off in the helicopter.
Oh God.
It's a hyper-realistic helicopter simulator.
Yeah, look at me, pew.
Oh God, I didn't test this game. I didn't know it was this horrible.
It's just like Airwolf, everybody. I'm hoping, guessing.
This is nothing like
up.
Airwolf. I can't believe Stelnox is missing this. Well, whoa, the game was novelized as part of the Worlds of Power series published by Scholastic Books.
I haven't even got 2 feet off the ground. Why are they shooting at me? Come on, I'm Jimbo Baby.
Jimbo baby!
You know how to fly a fucking helicopter because there's no tutorials. This is 1989. We don't do that shit.
Doom, did you ever get the novelization of this game as part of the Worlds of Power series published by Scholastic Books? This game came out in '86, but that might be for like
The arcade.
It wasn't even in the arcade. It was, like I said, it was on the home computers like the Commodore 64 and DOS.
Yeah, like if there's no music, I got the thumbs.
Wait, am I looking at the right game? Because it says it was never released on the NES. No, this says Infiltrator created by Chris Gray. That's what it said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So what?
So Infiltrator, like I said, was the game released on DOS and Commodore 64. Then there was a game called Infiltrator 2 the next day, released on those computers. But then the original was never ported to the NES, so they ported the sequel, Infiltrator 2, and just called it Infiltrator on NES. So what we're playing is Infiltrator 2, and Computer Gaming World, you know what they said about Infiltrator 2? They gave it 0 stars and described it as, quote, even worse than the original. Alright, so let's look up what Wikipedia says about Infiltrator 2, which is what we're actually playing. It's still made by Chris Gray. It's composed by Paul Butler. Okay, so it's a different composer, excuse me. This came out on Apple II, Commodore 64, MS-DOS, and NES. It is a game in which the player pilots a Gizmo DHX-2 helicopter? What, didn't the first one say 3? Is this a prequel? Are we flying a previous iteration of this Gizmo aircraft? Are we still playing as the hero Johnny Jimbo Baby McGibbets? I hope so, but this doesn't say.
That in the cutscene.
Okay, it did say that in the cutscene. I missed that.
Gee,
All
that
right.
landing was impressive, motherfucker. Let's reset because there was another mode.
Okay, let me pay more attention. Okay, because copyright 1989, created by Chris Gray, licensed by Nintendo. Chris Gray was really proud of this game. He put his name all over it. Show your papers. Whoa. What the fuck is this?
I got 10 minutes. 10 crazy minutes.
Is this like that Airwolf episode where Airwolf was broken and Shannon Doherty was there and they had to fix it?
Yes. Brenda, dick.
See? Sorry, Stelnox, this is Discount Airwolf.
Okay, I can walk.
It says it's an Airwolf-like helicopter called the Gizmo DHX-2 or 3. I'm not sure which. Okay, so this is like the other game mode where you're like, you got out of the helicopter and now you're doing infiltration or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna show my papers.
Better than showing your fucking penis.
Did that too. I mean, what? Let me see your penis. These are totally unacceptable. Clean your balls. You got captured by the enemy.
Okay, look at the box art for Infiltrator 1 for the home.
Stelnox, I'll do the flying thing again for you.
Yeah, this is the box art for Infiltrator 1 that's for the home computers. It's different than this game's box art because it's a different game. It's definitely cooler than this game's box art, and it still says created by Chris Gay. Did this game rock America? I don't think so. This game couldn't rock Cleveland, frankly.
couldn't rock a paper bag.
Are you dissing the master of all trades, Johnny Jimbo Baby McGibbets?
Yes.
Okay, see, right there it says DHX3, and yet the Wikipedia said it was the DHX2 in this game. That must be a mistake.
So this is how it started, where I'm like, hey, I can move my thumbs.
At the Infiltrator's home/weapons lab/dinner theater?
Sounds great. Yeah, you have to hit start to, start a helicopter. What the fuck?
You crashed before you even got off the ground?
I didn't even take off.
Let me try to find the NES manual for this. Let's see. If I can. Wow, this looks horrible. Top secret. Message to Captain Johnny Jimbo Baby McGibbets, a.k.a. the Infiltrator. Stop. Read the destruction of the world, at least. Stop. Captain, stop. We need you. Stop. Doom, this is a telegram joke. Stop. You know that trope, right?
Is that like the walkie-talkie one over?
This whole fucking game... The story of the game in the instruction manual is delivered in this entire telegram joke. Stop. The mad leader must be stopped. Stop. Only you can stop him. Stop. Stop him at all costs. Stop. I'm not making this up.
Stop.
Enclosed, find a Gizmo trademark flight manual, secret communication code names, and other mission info weapons film with prepaid processing mailer, and the McGibbets Guide to Ground Installation Infiltration Pocket Edition. Stop! Good luck, Jimbo Baby. The fate of the world is in your hands. Stop. This is from Brigadier General Bunsen Old Blutson Glory O'Shaughnessy. Stop.
Somebody stop me.
Oh, by the way, I skipped over some parts because I couldn't believe it was saying this. All we basically missed was, you know how it's the Gizmo DHX-3 attack helicopter? It's made by Whizbang Enterprises with a Z. The Whizbang Enterprises Gizmo trademark DHX-3-3 attack helicopter is on the pad. Stop.
I identify as an attack helicopter. Stop.
Okay, I'm trying to find the part where it tells you how to take off because I want to help you, but this is just way too convoluted.
I'm assuming it was just hit start and everything. Like, I think I'm.
Okay, no. Okay. Press the start button to start the engine. When power exceeds 23 RPMs, press down on the control pad to lift off. To accelerate, hold down the A button and press up on the control pad. The controls: climb, press down; dive, press up. Accelerate, hold down A and press up. Decelerate, hold down A and press down. Bank left, press left. Bank right, press right. Spin clockwise, hold down the A button and press right on the control pad. Okay. Cockpit displays warning lights. E, engine damage. B, battery overheat. O, oil overheat. F, fuel low. A, altitude level below 200 feet. R, RPM deficiency in engine or rotors. Fuel gauge, speed indicator. Altimeter, RPM indicator. Missiles, guns, chaff, flares, radio, status, turbo, whisper. To fire a whiz-bang waster trademark air-to-air heat-seeking missile, highlight the M option and then press the B button. You have limited number. To fire the whiz-bang wizard trademark 20mm cannons, highlight the G option and then press the B button. You have unlimited ammo. Communications. The Whiz-Bang Gizmo trademark DHX-3 is equipped with highly sophisticated communications equipment. Highlight R for radio and press the B button. Yeah, this goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, it's not intuitive. It's not well designed. It doesn't fly well.
The McGibbets Guide to Ground Installation Infiltration Pocket Edition. Mission 1. Your first mission is to neutralize a vat of deadly nerve gas in the Mad Leader's compound. To do this, you must find the 4 chemical containers hidden in the compound and bring... Is this talking about the mission?
Prison level, I'm guessing?
Did you just say firing fizzing whiz? I don't know what I said. Something about whiz robes. Locked doors.
Yes, please.
What is this, Zelda? Limited warranty. What's wrong, Ratmus? You don't love this game?
It's like the exact opposite of that.
Like Doom said, the manual is better than the game. That was fun. So what's next? Alright, this next game is going for online $25.48, but Ratmus bought it and doesn't remember how much he paid for it. It's called... Whoa, 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 what's happening? Where did you get 1,200 bits?
I bought them.
You robbed a bus? Oh, you're now up to 56,300 bits. Thanks, Ratmus. And 69 gift subs coming nice. Okay, the next one is Joe and Mac. I thought maybe it had a subtitle, but I guess it doesn't. It's just Joe and Mac for NES, published by Data East.
Exactly, Doom. This is one I bought at that place again, too. That came with the manual.
Some of these games were nice enough to come with them. Then that means you must have given me the manual,
Yeah,
right?
it should be over there.
Was this the only game that had the manual?
Yeah. Like all those other cheap-ass ones.
We have a physical instruction manual for me to tell Ratmus how to play this game. Also known as Caveman Ninja.
Get over here, you gug, you fucking bitch.
Millions of years ago, before the quote big freeze covered our planet's deserts with ice, a cave dude's life was not an easy one. These were the good old prehistoric days when quote unquote rock and roll was just rock and fast food was dinner you couldn't catch. Although life was hard, it still had its good side. Lots of berry juice, Bronto burgers, dino races, and cave women. Whoa, they had Bronto burgers like from the Flintstones?
And back then, consent, didn't exist, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, like in that Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1. And then the first homosexual marriage. Doom recently played the SNES version of this? Wow. Then one sunny day, while Mac was out hunting for dinosaurs, a bogus bunch of Neanderthal nerds ransacked the village, drank all the berry juice, ate all the food, and kidnapped the cave women.
Fucking nerds.
But most importantly of all, drank all the berry juice. Damn, this means war. Now Joe must single-handedly take on the whole jungle to rescue the beloved cave women. So why are you fighting a dinosaur?
Don't question it, bitch.
Prehistoric fact. The term Neanderthal was the name given to the first human fossil recognized to have belonged to an earlier type of man. So, this instruction manual was written in cool, bogus lingo with Bronto burgers, cave dudes, and then it also tries to educate you with real historic facts? Wow. What an amazing game.
I'm so glad I paid more money for that.
Okay, so the B button, press once to release weapon, hold down to charge weapons. Note, recharging the weapon too much at once can result in Joe being unable to defend himself. Wait, are you Joe or are you Mac?
Yes.
Or can you choose one or the other? Button A is jump, control pad. Press up and button A to jump higher. Okay, so you can jump with A, but if you hold up and A, you jump higher. Have you ever heard of a game like that, Doom, that can do that?
Apparently I charged too much.
And did you even know you could do that on an SNES? I don't know. Press down to crouch. Control up. Okay, if you press up and then B, you will throw the weapon directly up. If you press up followed by A, you will jump higher and somersault. Did you read the instruction manual when you played the SNES version? Joe and Mac takes place within the primitive realms of an era long gone. The treacherous regions are abundant with hungry predators and scheming savages. The game consists of 5 levels featuring 10 varied, unexplored territories of prehistoric wilderness. The objective of the game is to lead our courageous cave dude Joe safely through these perilous provinces in search of his humble homestead's wandering women. What's up with the alliteration? Points are accumulated by triumphing over any enemy who prevents your progress. This combination of Bill and Ted lingo with alliteration is kind of funny. Okay, so the bosses are dinosaurs. Prehistoric fact. Dinosaurs were a group of reptiles who lived on Earth for a total of 140 million years.
Alongside humans. Totally.
Yeah, I wonder if it says that. No, it doesn't say that.
That's totally fiction. This game is bullshit.
Starting the game, the status panel. Prehistoric fact, coal is a well-known energy source today, but did you know that coal is made of prehistoric plants? I'm pretty sure Doom knew that.
So it's green energy, right?
No. If you get 200,000 points, you get an extra life. Sounds like your mother's home. Cave Dude collectibles, weaponry. Defeating an egg-carrying Neanderthal reveals an alternate weapon available for your use. No respectable cave dude would ever be seen without his heaviest club or trusty tools, and Joe is no exception. For over 1.5 million years, weapons and tools were only made of stone, wood, and bone. Men learned to make metal ones by melting copper and pouring it into stone molds for spear and axe heads only 9,900 years ago. What amazing facts. Where you can get a stone wheel. Prehistoric fact, the wheel was not actually invented until 5,500 years ago. The first one was made of wood. Edibles for energy. You can collect food to gain energy, such as apples, watermelons, and burgers. Prehistoric facts, did they eat burgers back then?
Hell yeah!
Although humans have lived on Earth for 2 million years, well, creationists aren't going to love this game. The first crops of wheat and barley were only grown 10,000 years ago. Before that, they hunted wild animals and gathered wild fruit for food. Honestly, I'm finding the prehistoric facts more interesting than the fucking game.
Those rocks are baseballs he's spinning because they both don't make sense.
Enemies, baby pteranodons, Archaeopteryx, don't know how to pronounce that. Zephyrosaurus, tyrant triffids, what the fuck are they talking about? Electric flying fish. Although Joe loses energy whenever he collides with an enemy, he is briefly compensated by becoming momentarily invincible.
These are called iframes. They were invented 2 million years ago.
Did you know that iframes were invented 2 million years ago, Doom, and that they're a compensation for taking damage for touching an enemy? Wow. Remember, you can recharge your weapons by holding down B. When fighting any of the bosses, aim for its head. Fire can be Joe's most powerful weapon. Bonus food collected before it disappears gives both extra energy and bonus points. Completing the high score table, game levels, the action takes place in 10 different Stone Age locations across 5 levels. Level 1 is the Volcanic Valley of Valor and its boss, the Helticosaurus.
The Helticosaurus.
Jurassic Park and its boss, the treacherous Tyrannosaurus. Whoa, the T-Rex is confirmed treacherous. Compliance with FCC regulations. Did you know that the FCC has existed since prehistoric times? No. This seems tougher than the SNES game because you have to restart a checkpoint as soon as you lose a life, and it seems like you have no continues. On the SNES, you respawn immediately when you lose a life and you have continues. Stelnock says it looks like the dinosaur from Karnoff. Don't we have that game also? Yeah. I don't know, Doom. Have you looked up the SNES manual and found out if you can charge weapons in that game or not?
Booga booga.
Doom has still been waiting this whole stream to hear some Tim Follin music. Spoilers, it might be coming up.
It might be Pictionary. Or after this, a full clock run, who knows? Got a boomerang. Holy shit. These goddamn rock nerds.
Alright, well, what do you think of this game, Ratmus?
I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, like it's that one part in the first level was way too fucking hard. This other fucker, Jesus Christ.
Is that the treacherous T-Rex?
T-Rex. Not doing shit. only hit him once.
I'm looking at the Super Nintendo manual now, Doom, and I don't see anything about charging weapons.
So that was a better version of this game.
This manual doesn't have the prehistoric facts, but it has some of the same dialogue. Like it says, back in the distant past, way back when rock and roll was just rock and fast food was dinner you couldn't catch, lived two cave dudes named Joe and Mac. So it's kind of the same story, but then, like, I guess the weapons are a little different. So I guess, you know, to play as Joe and Mac, you need two players, I guess.
Yeah, the boomerang was a worse weapon. They like have to jump, you know, holding up and then charge the weapon. And then, like, if I charge too much, that happens, and then I got killed. So, okay, I'm ready to be done.
Enter your name. Alright, the next game we bought for $8. It's going for $12.81. You know what? Instead of playing the next game, Ratmus, why don't you just, you know, turn it on and we'll just check out the title screen of the next game and see how it is. What do you think?
Yes.
Whoa!
The music.
Solstice, the quest for the staff of Demnos, or simply Solstice.
It's just the winter solstice, Tim. What the fuck are you doing?
Designed and programmed by Mike Webb, composer Tim Fallon.
Timothy.
Yeah, so if you go on YouTube and search for Solstice NES OST, and you go to the video where it's the title screen music for this, and we'll look at the comments. Composer Tim Follin featured on the game's cover, says this person. Yeah, on the game's cover there's like a shirtless wizard who's like so effing buff, and he's effing crazy cool looking, I guess.
Fires non-magic missile.
Developers, it's just a title theme. No need to go all out with it. Tim Follin levitating off the ground with his eyes all glowing. No! Hey Spode, how's it going?
How you doing?
Tim, why does the title screen song have multiple acts? Can you imagine being a naive little 6-year-old back in 1990 about to play the cool wizard game your mom bought you and suddenly having the beat hit you that hard? Tim Follin fucking knew how to get everything out of an NES sound chip.
Fucking knew everything. Same here. We're a Trekking.
Tim Follin, haha, you thought, obliterate sound chip. Dude, it's a title screen theme. You could have just made a 10-second song that loops. You didn't need to make a full 3-minute epic.
It's mine.
I love how the soundtrack starts off with what you expect an 8-bit NES to sound like before it fucking flips the whole thing on its head. God damn, Tim Follin. Reset so we can hear it start again. I know it's quiet. This is the highest it goes. It just goes. And then it goes fucking hard. Now, what about the actual game? Is it worth this?
Just listen to the goddamn music. Who needs to play the game?
The game focuses on the wizard Shaddix's bid to defeat the evil Baron Morbius and rescue Princess Eleanor, whom Morbius plans to sacrifice. Shaddix aims to gather the 6 pieces of the titular staff of Demnos.
What's titular, alright?
Is it that titular, if it's just the subtitle of the game? Like, does it say the quest for the staff of Demnos in small print on there? Or is it just the box?
I don't think it does. Wait, no, it does under the Solstice name.
It's in really small print. It's an album that comes with a free game, yeah. Is the rest of the game's soundtrack as good as the title screen music? The setting is non-linear and consists of 250 rooms, each with a particular puzzle to solve. Oh, God.
Isometric bullshit.
Exactly. The game features a musical score by Tim Follin, who has named the title track as his favorite among his compositions. So of all time, Tim Follin says that's his favorite music that he composed. A sequel titled Equinox was released for the Super Nintendo. Doom, did you and Skyblazer play that? It's an isometric perspective puzzle game, or what did you refer to it as? Isometric what?
Isometric bullshit?
Isometric bullshit. You control the wizard Shadex, who must navigate 250 rooms within the fortress Castle Rock. But Castle Rock is one word and spelled with a K, and also has weird German things on the vowels, and assemble the 6 pieces of the titular staff of Demnos.
It's a magic key.
Blah, blah, blah. How do you actually play the game and solve the puzzles? Can it tell me that, please?
It's like some fucking goblins who don't have a life.
Okay, so the subtitle of the game was called The Quest for the Staff of Demnos because you're trying to find it. So why is it called Solstice? Because on the eve of the winter solstice, Morbius the Malevolent kidnaps Eleanor, Princess of Arcadia, to sacrifice her ritually and become the evil Baron of Darkness. Shadex the Wizard, after witnessing the kidnapping, heads to Morbius' stronghold, the fortress Castle Rock, to rescue Eleanor. So once again, like, this game is a stupid piece of crap, right?
Yeah.
But not only did Tim Follin go nuts on the soundtrack, like, whoever wrote this story, like, this story sounds way more too badass for this fucking piece of shit game.
Plus, yeah, like a one hit and that happens. You visited 11 rooms. Like, nothing.
It gave you a percentage, too. You gotta get 100% this game, Ratmus. The staff was hidden in Castle Rock because that was where Morbius would least expect to find it. Okay. Morbius's spies searched for the staff but did not find it because it was broken into 6 pieces and made invisible. However, every 100 years on the winter solstice, all 6 pieces become visible. So, wait, did you wait 100 years to save the princess that he was supposedly going to sacrifice?
Who knows? We got rooms and colors and rooms.
In spite of his personal dislike of isometric games up to that point, Mark Wilson thought it was sensible to create an isometric title as the company's first original work, as no such format had previously been attempted on the NES. Okay. Over the course of 4 weeks, he designed the entire game as sketches and notes on paper, often within a McDonald's on Oxford Road. Of what city?
Any Oxford Road.
It's a major road in Manchester, England, okay? All of the game's items, positions, and events were placed on a master map hand-drawn on a very large sheet of graph paper and were based on Wilson's understanding of what the player might think or need at any particular point. So what me and Ratmus want right now is we want Mark Wilson's master map drawn on graph paper in a McDonald's in Manchester so that we can, go through this game, right?
Yes, here, I'll give it one more shot and then maybe I'll switch to something else. But
what are we switching to? This is the last of the 15 games that we have, Ratmus. We have 45 minutes left in the stream. What are we going to do?
Play some of my favorites.
Your favorites? I didn't prepare those. What if they don't work? Do you want to do a run of Contra since that was the first game that...
Sure.
Are you done with this apparently?
Yeah. Switch.
You done with this?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to listen to the title screen for more?
Doodly 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 doodly.
Should we do these? What if the last 45 minutes of the stream was just playing this over and over?
Still be better than Gumshoe.
Would Tim Follin give us a copyright strike? Can we get Tim Follin in the chat right now?
Can we?
Can we tell him how awesome he is to his face? Right. Hold on, before we do Contra, just listen to this music for a little bit. I got a BRB and then we'll do Contra, okay?
Like, it seems like an interesting thing, but like so much of this is just, you know, like you can't really progress very easily.
No!
Jim, did your RPG thing you've been working on have a isometric, you know, graph paper map? Timothy Fallon did the music. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, he really worked the hell out of this. Rock coming back. From awesomeness, right?
I said we weren't going to bother with this, but check out Track and Field 2 for just a minute while I get Contra.
For a hot minute. Do the hammer throw.
Clay pigeon shooting or whatever it said, that doesn't even use the zapper. Like, in order to use the zapper, you have to go through like campaign mode and like beat several levels before you get to a bonus round that uses the zapper. That's it. And I don't know how to fucking play this. But yeah, this is Track and Field Roman numeral 2. I thought it was like the sequel to World Class Track Meet, but I think that's a different game. Whatever. Oh, I need a second controller so we can play Contra. I gotta take that out. But yeah, I bought that because it was Zapper optional, and that was kind of dumb, but whatever. price tag on it?
No.
I wonder how much Contra's going for these days. Alright, you be the first player, enter the code. No, we can't. This says that it's going for loose $32.95. See, I didn't clean this because I didn't know we were going to play it. We'll just have to play Burger Time instead.
Play Duckwing Duck.
The question is, Doom, can we play this at all? Holy shit, we're playing this on a CRT, everybody.
It's not the blue guy, apparently.
Ratmus is blue man and I'm the red man, and Doom must know what makes me red. RockMan Rage. Rapido! I can't look at chat unless I pause. I gotta concentrate on this, right?
The enchiladas.
No! I can't even pause because I'm player 2. Quick, somebody die so we can get that spread. Just kidding, I'll get Frizzle Frazzle. Weapon right now?
Yeah, I got
machine gun. Okay, Ratmus has machine gun. I've got Frizzle Frazzle. Everybody. Remember that time I played this with Cobra? Doom certainly does because he watched the VOD recently. I almost walked right into that guy. Clone. That's a spread, isn't it? Whoa! I got the spread.
Use the spread, everybody.
Whatever that is, we don't want it. Ratmus is a speed run, I'm just kidding. This is what I call a RockMan anniversary stream, right? We told Doom we couldn't do this without the 30 lives code, and neither one of us has died so far. I don't want to jinx it. First time I've ever played level 1 and had 2 players and nobody died. What? Alright, bye, Spoet.
We'll see.
Oh, yeah, probably. So why do we electrocute ourselves? For fun! Killing it, Ratmus. Oh shit. Pope John Paul III! Pope John Paul III! Oh god. There goes our special weapons. Goddamn alien onion rings. We're going to the wrong side because I used to be player 1. Woot! I must have got an extra life.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't hear, okay. definitely will not kill each other in this level, right? Who wants Frizzle Frazzle? Sounds like you got an extra life there. Who wants laser power?
Damn. Tried to duck, but
You got fucked.
fucked by a duck.
Invincibility.
We'll do pacifist mods. We're not saying.
Not a pacifist, but
Damn it. No, that was a waste of spread.
sure was.
Sure does.
Can you shoot? Whoa, that's not what I meant to do.
Shut down.
Damn. Still got my laser power. I think laser power is the best for this. Let's slow down. Cobra will never forget when he beat this game with me, right, Cobra? So Doom and his dad invented laser power, and then I guess our contribution is we call F Frizzle Frazzle. So I would hope that Doom would be referring to it as Frizzle Frazzle, if he played it today, right? And in the future. Our dad has never played this game, and he never will, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with his shoulder. Just kidding, he wouldn't have been able to before that. Somebody got an extra life from Rapido. Pope John Paul III. Wait, that was me?
Yeah.
Shit, I lost my Frizzle Frazzle, or laser power, whatever the fuck. This guy's No, I guess I should. I thought about thinking on it more and I didn't. Hey, remember the first time I streamed 12 years ago and the first thing you ever saw was this? Doom, do you remember what level of Contra I was on when you finally came into my first stream? Shit. Sure we could go back and look at the broadcast. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, it was this level, okay. Yeah, this was the first level that was broadcast, so... Ratmus, is this one you also came into? How many people in chat can say they were there when I first streamed this level 12 years ago? Obviously Ratmus and Doom and like maybe one other person. Rapido.
As a kid, I always wondered, like, are there people in those trees? Is it the trees shooting that shit?
Did Doom ever wonder that as a kid? Take the Frizzle Frazzle again. Oh, I got a spread. I didn't mean to. Alright, I'll try to hold on to it. Oh, fuck. Go ahead and be sacrificed because I have spread. Guy in the tank is like, hey, check this out. I can press the button to make the tank change color, guys. Isn't that cool?
Now we're dead.
Don't look at chat, Ratmus. Look at the game.
No.
Damn it. I tried to duck, but I must have, like, my thumb must have slipped to the left a little bit. Laser power! Back and vibing.
Nice. Both got 25 lives. Should we do the poop deck?
About the poop deck.
You want to scrub it down poop deck. Shit, I didn't even grab that.
Pope John Paul III. Ratmus, now we have less than 25 lives. We only had 3, we would have game over by now. We continue. My husband had trouble with this part. I think Cobra did also. Maybe Doom remembers because he probably watched more of that VOD than I did. What was the part that made Cobra lose all his lives? Was it this part?
What part made him lose control?
I think that's an invincibility if you want to be able to get it. It's funny there? Jesus. Alright, I'll try to go forward. Ratmus, you would never steal my lives, would you?
We're usually, just done that. So.
Oh, I almost ran right into that. Yes, I mean, obviously we have, but I'm trying not to have to continue. Guys were going to appear, but I think that's the next level. It's your old pal Jeffrey. Damn, Jeffrey. I thought he was going to go to the move while I would just stand there while I had invincibility frames. What the hell are you doing?
Hot dogging it. You're hot dogging it, Jeffrey.
Hope John Pullman the third again. We gotta be like the master of all trades Jimbo boy or whatever the fuck his name was.
And, fly a helicopter.
You know what game Cobra should play was the Infiltrator for NES, right?
Should play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but 100.
With the no drowning code.
No drowning, but it's 100 rings to go supersonic.
Yeah, Cobra, we found a strategy guide that we have for Sonic and Knuckles, and it's got Game Genie codes, and one of them is to not drown. Oh, the slowdown.
Don't get that on the virtual console.
You could play this game and the Famicom version in the Contra Anniversary Collection. There's a lot of enemies down there.
Processing so blast.
I forgot that the minecart's hitting you, kill you.
Where'd it go?
Shit. Go further. Ah, the last fucker with the multiple hits. Normally I end up going on the top there, so it's been a while since I was on the bottom. Those guys in a row, and there's going to be two more on this level. The most dangerous boss enemy in video game history. The fucking door.
The duel.
Oh shit. Our lives are getting low, Doom. Do you think we can do it? Ratmus, just don't die 13 times and we'll be fine.
The weepy weepies.
Weepy weepies.
It's gonna sue somebody. Aliens in your alien mucus.
Ratmus. I trust you not to lose the spread. If you lose the spread, remember there's no way we can win, right, Doom? Did not mean to fall down there. Jumped and then too early. Let me go ahead since you have spread. I'll protect you. Unless I have more lives. For the heart, I'll try to kill the aliens. We did it with spread, Doom. Hoot, hoot, and no continues.
Just 30 lives.
Where's the cutscenes that we deserve?
There's the mod where they're hot ladies instead of dudes.
Did we save the hot cave women? Oh, wrong game. Congratulations, you've destroyed the vile red falconicus and saved the universe.
Contraband. Consider yourself a hero.
Yeah, I've mentioned before about how there's that cassette tape where I beat Wart for the first time, and I'm still thinking about importing that audio if I can. With my luck, I'll try to do it, one time, and the fucking tape will be broken or something. But somewhere I have audio, like I said, of me and my friend playing this Contra and beating it, where I told him, couldn't win without spread. Oh my god, we won without spread, and I was lying and all that stuff, and all the weird stuff that we said during that ending that I probably didn't even mention. Like, shut up, Sump Hump. Like how I said we had destroyed the vile red falconicus, and that's because, we were watching Captain N, where Kid Icarus always talked like that, because he had a goddamn speech impediment, right?
Yeah.
Thanks for Mimi, and Doom, and Cobra, and Stelnox, and Song, and Zoto, and everyone else who was here watching this today. I mean, we still have like 20 minutes. What else do you want to do, Ratmus? We got any other... We want to play fucking Pictionary?
Yeah, so just listen to the music.
I want to see how many lives we had.
We got a Cobra Triangle over here.
Which is another thing that we said on the tape. 14 and 17.
Not bad.
See, we could have done it with a 15 lives, extra lives code, right?
Yes.
Now we're going to play it again, and it's going to be harder. I mean, it is, but... I never even knew about that, because whenever you beat the game, you're done. Just fucking turn it off. Why would you do it again, right?
Yes. Dig Dug 2.
Do we even have Pictionary?
I would assume so.
Ah, you would assume so.
Silver Surfer. Oh god.
No on Silver Surfer. And no on Pictionary. What other Tim Follin NES games are there?
Do you do, what else is there?
Sky Shark, Target Renegade? Yeah, I've never heard of those games. Category: video games scored by Tim Follin. Well, this doesn't say which ones are NES games, but...
Mortal Kombat for the NES?
Mortal Kombat for the NES. Oh yeah, I think he did the Genesis version of Time Tracks, and I'm sorry, but I didn't like that version.
Not even music, but... Let's go burger time.
Yeah, Ratmus bought Burger Time a while ago by B.J. Jenkins. I forget how much you paid for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey Cobra. Again, yeah, these might not work since I didn't clean them. But not only do we have Cobra Triangle for NES, we also have Cobra Command for NES. Those are both games with Cobra for NES. Dig Dug 2 was $11.95. Jeez. Well, this game doesn't seem to be working. Jesus. You bought this recently. This should be clean and working.
Exactly.
But it's not. You want to just play Wild Gunman again, right?
Yes. Okay, let's switch to something else.
Streaming this game, Godzilla Monster of Monsters, for $5.99. Probably won't work. Oh, who composed this game?
$20XXX, so this year.
Ratmus, what coffee shops are popular in Chicagoland besides Starbucks?
We used to have and love Caribou, but not so much anymore. They are starting to open up I think they're called like a 7 Brew, which my girlfriend said is like very popular and nice. Trying to think of like, besides, like, there's a few that we have around here that they're not franchises. Like there's a place called the Arcada Coffee that Doom should like.
You skipped this or no?
Yeah.
The Earth. This game was composed by Masatomo Miyamoto. In the year 2XXX, the mysterious planet X appears when Pluto and Neptune switch positions. That's a lot of X's.
Yeah, I think we briefly streamed this.
Okay, I don't remember. We could have. Doom didn't say this, but what is this? A fucking tabletop game?
Nothing like a flying moth in space.
Let's just take the rest of the stream to this is probably a bad game, but I was gonna tell Cobra what he should stream. What NES games do you think Cobra should stream? I know he streamed them before, but I would love to see Super Mario Brothers 1 through 3. What other good NES games are there? I mean, Mega Man 2 and 3, right? Mm-hmm. Those are great games. What about Super Nintendo games? What would you like to see Cobra play, Ratmus? Let's see.
Racers.
You want to see him do Chrono Trigger? I don't know if he's ever done that.
Super Nintendo definitely has a lot of nice games.
Paperboy 2, that's a great Super Nintendo game. nothing really on Super Nintendo. Now, I think Doom suggested Contra 3, The Alien Wars. That's on SNES Classic.
About that Joe and Mac?
No. I mean, for Genesis, I mean, he streamed the Sonic games a million times, so we'll ignore that. Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that. No on the 3DO. I don't think you can play the Saturn or the Dreamcast. I mean, what PlayStation games could you play?
Clock Tower, right?
Yeah, get the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition and play that. Yeah, I'm sure you don't want to do that. Let's see. Resident Evil. I mean, Cobra, have you played Resident Evil 4 before? I'm talking about the original, not the remade version. I mean, you can do that, right? I've been thinking about doing it, but I haven't gotten my, forced my ass to do that. How about Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3? Nah. You wonder if Rock and Ratmus have ever played Rampage on the NES? Stelnox back in very early 1989. I remember this because it was before we moved out of Chicago, so it must have been early 1989. Ratmus and I owned Rampage on NES, and we played through every level, and I swear it took us like 6 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took us so long. Like, you get infinite continues, but that game just seemed so long. We sat there, and maybe we paused it and took a break because we were sick of it, but it took us 6 hours, but we beat every goddamn level of Rampage NES, and it says congratulations and starts over, right? Mm-hmm. How about N64 games that Cobra should play? Banjo-Kazooie, that's overdone. GoldenEye, you can play that game, Cobra? Let's see.
About that 1080 game.
Yeah, we don't have that for N64, but I think it's on like Nintendo Switch Online, so he could play that. I'd be down for some Super Mario 64, after watching that guy Uncle Jesse play it like a bitch.
Like a bitch.
It'd be nice to see someone good play the game. What about GameCube games?
That WarioWare or whatever the fuck, right?
Pikmin, Ribbit King, yeah, fuck that. You've only ever played it. Well, you should play the single player level, Cobra. That'd be crazy. What about Wii games? You got any Wii games, Cobra? You want to play Game Party 1, 2, and 3? Oh, you already did that at my house. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for Wii, right? I think they made a Switch version of that game, if I'm not crazy. Song perked up at the name of Ribbit King. Hey, you know what you should do, Cobra, is boot up Super Mario Maker on Wii U and play all of my levels. Oh wait, you can't because they shut down the online for that game. How about some Switch games? I mean, I love Super Mario Odyssey, but you've already played that like a bunch of times. What else? Do you have Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection on Switch 2? Do you want to play some, online games against me and Ratmus? Cobra, do you have TMNT Shredder's Revenge? Ratmus and I played that once, and that was a pretty good game. You should maybe try Shredder's Revenge. I mean, also, let's see. Do I have any other suggestions? Probably not, unfortunately. Ratmus, are there any Xbox games you think Cobra should play, if he even has an Xbox? Well, I guess he does.
Yeah, I can't really think of any.
Yeah, Johnny Atma's in that game, totally. What's a stupid game that you played for achievements, Ratmus?
Space Chips. There's that.
The Exit 8. I saw like Steven Plays streaming that game.
That's a weird, interesting one.
Yeah, I don't know, Cobra. Those are the only suggestions I have. I'm sorry that we're playing Godzilla. Let's try something else.
We got like 5 minutes left.
What's something good we can do for 5 minutes?
Say burger time. Oh shit.
Here's an NES game that I don't know if you've ever played. Maybe you should try this just for a little amount of time. This was one of the first NES games me and Ratmus ever owned. If that doesn't work, we have another copy. What happened to the music?
Freeze. There we go.
Yeah, Excitebike is on Nintendo Switch Online. But yeah, me and Ratmus have vivid memories of playing this game. Like I said, whoa, what the fuck is going on stream?
Yeah.
The game is not supposed to look like that.
It's... Try it again. Yeah, like it was fine on the television.
Okay, hold on. We have another copy. Let's try that. This one has a $5.99 price sticker on it. I don't know where we got it from. This one doesn't have a sticker. This one, okay. I was gonna say maybe this was, our original game, but we sold our original game where we bought it. I don't know. Jesus. Of course, that one doesn't work either. It's even worse. Let's see how much they're selling this game for. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, this is only like $13.99 loose, but I mean, if you want, Cobra, what you could do is just boot up Nintendo Switch Online and just see what's on there and just start playing random games for a few minutes at a time, like sometimes me and Ratmus do, right? And you wouldn't even have to blow on them, and they don't work.
This is not even working either.
Let's try the other one more time and then stop. When I put this stream on YouTube, I will, have like time indexes so that people can go to the games and stuff. So, is it showing up correctly on OBS? Yes, that is how it is supposed to look now. Okay. I thought Doom was asking me for a second if I've ever played Ninja Gaiden. I mean, obviously I have briefly.
Hi.
Do we own Ninja Gaiden on NES? I just closed the game list. Hold on.
Remember, it was like as a kid, I had no idea about the mechanics, so it's fucking stupid. Like
of Ninja Gaiden?
No, of this game, how like the temperature can be calmed down by those arrows.
Did you read the instruction manual that we have at the game, Ratmus? Yes, we do own Ninja Gaiden for NES, by the way. But yes, since Ratmus and I bought a bunch of new NES games in the past month, I'm just talking about NES games, and not including duplicates, we have 152 different NES games. Now, I think maybe 2 of them are those unlicensed. We have like maybe 2 of them that are unlicensed, and we have a few Tengen games, and those are all counted in there in that number.
Look at that, yeah.
Oh, and Song said something and I missed it. Let me scroll back.
Try the next track.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna be winding down here like in a minute. So yeah, so what did you think of the 12-year anniversary stream, Ratmus? You love those Zapper games? We're not gonna bring down the CRT and ever play those Zapper games ever again. So that was your one time to enjoy the Zapper with Wild Gunman on the Famicom.
couldn't, get it on the Wii. God damn it.
And that's my fault. Never play Gumshoe. So yeah, our dad is still recovering from shoulder surgery, and I have to go to a bunch of doctor's appointments next week and a whole bunch of bullshit. Plus, it's really cold, so I will not be streaming at all next week at all.
Thank you.
I don't know when I will stream again with Final Fantasy VI, but it probably won't be until at least February 2nd or 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th or who knows. My horrible dental surgery is on February 16th. Now, Ratmus, 2 weeks from today is February 7th. Do you think you'll be able to come over that day?
I would believe so.
Okay, so depending on Ratmus' schedule in February, the next time he comes over on the 7th, we are either going to stream Mega Man X3, or Ratmus is going to finish Pilot Wing 64 that we started earlier, and some other stuff.
A good stopping point.
All right, we're done.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. We enjoyed 12 years of RockMan respect. Totally, with Ratmus sometimes. Yeah, I'm not going to bother looking for who's streaming.
We're on first.
We did not drop any frames. This might be the shortest anniversary stream ever, but whatever. And don't worry, someday Ratmus will stream GTA 3 for Dreamcast, right? Oh, God! And thanks for being here, Ramimi.
Yep.
Ratmus just unplugged the television, so that's okay. It's not showing up on OBS anymore. I got 600 bits to give to somebody, but I can't give them to myself. Oh, and thanks, Ratmus, for gifting subs to people and giving bits and stuff. Yes, maybe. Alright, that's in the stream. Bye, everyone.